evening and welcome back to week 3, day 4 of the online darts live league, brought to you in association with iGame Media and Red Dragon. Corrine Hammond, 39, from Portsmouth now, originally from Australia of course. This is a 25 gram dart. Up against a new player, I'm sure, to most of us, Lee Cox, 37, from Crawley, London County captain. Started for him around about 9 years ago when a Super League team was short, got thrown in at the deep end, and went from a decent level of amateur football into playing darts. Lots of action to bring you this evening. 10 matches, starting with this one. 2 points for a win.
60.
Group B started this morning with Colin Osborne topping the table. Played 5-1-4, 8 points plus 11 on the leg difference. Andy Jenkins played 5-1-4 plus 10. Josh McCarthy played 5-1-3, 6 points. Ben Hazel and Josh Richardson played 5-1-2, 4 points. And Keelan Kay yet to pick up a win. They resume tomorrow morning. The top 2 from that group will join Mike Warburton, who was the winner of Group A. Did it in some style, went 10 matches unbeaten. That included a high average of 111.33 against Colin Osborne. So top 2 from the morning session and top 2 from our evening group will progress to Saturday night's final, which starts at 9:30. And don't forget, we have our special show on Saturday on the Online Darts YouTube channel, which I'm sure a lot of you are watching right now. Make sure you subscribe, hit that alert bell and get involved. The chat will be thrown open. I'm going to ask you the question: who would you like to see take part in the Online Darts Live League? Remembering, of course, the 128 tour card holders are unable to play due to their contract with the PDC. Cox did play in the Q School, had a
45.
high average of 95 at Q School. Corrine down to 115. Hold throw.
Up to 21.
Both playing their first competitive matches since January. Double 18 for a 1-0 lead and a break of throw.
30.
Following this match, my pick of the night, Matty Dennen up against James Richardson. 19 on ball for Corrine.
45.
And Lee finds the double 18 for a break of throw and wins the opening leg. All these matches best of 7 as always, so it's a race to 4 and Lee will start leg 2. Kicks off leg 2, a nice 140.
36.
Corrine, a World Championship runner-up in 2017 and made the final of the World Masters the same year. Semi-finalist back in 2013 of the Women's World Cup. 4 ranking titles: the British Open, Czech Open, German Masters and the Isle of Man Classic. In Australia, now based in Portsmouth.
$60.
Oh, 34.
So welcome along if you're joining us on your chosen bookmaker site. Please gamble responsibly.
$134.
James Richardson, of course, finished second in the Group A, went unbeaten on the Monday, ended up
45.
losing out to, as I've said, Mike Warburton. Fallon finished third, hence second and third come back to play in our evening groups to try and qualify for Saturday night's final. Tough going here for Corrine.
21.
Always seems to take the players a couple of matches to get into the swing of things. Needed the treble 19 to leave double 12, but down to 52 and no finish for Corrine. 194.
$77.
20 double 16, I would have thought. No, 12 tops.
32.
And tops for the instant break back.
97.
Very, very close. Super effort. Can he use that now? He's having to move. Gets closer. Couldn't get much closer. Doing the okey cokey on the okie, but finds the double 10 with his third dart to take a 2-0 lead, and now moves in to a 25-1 on shot to win this match, and it's Corrine to throw first in leg 3. List of the matches in order of play following this one: Dennen against James Richardson, then it'll be Fallon against Corrine, Lee against Dennen, James against Fallon, Corrine against Matt, Lee against James, Matt against Fallon, James against Corrine, and our final match will be Fallon against Lee.
$180.
And that's our first 180 of tonight's evening session. That will certainly make him feel a lot better. First time Lee would have played in this type of environment, of course, with the cameras on him.
46.
Puts that extra added pressure. What a great opportunity for new players.
100.
And a great experience, of course. Much better leg from the Australian lady. Down to 110 after 12.
28.
go close on the 117 finish. She can still finish. This is the treble 19, 88 left.
42.
So 68. Corrine, get her first leg on the board. Going for the 36-32 combination.
32.
Think she would be back.
Corrine.
Double 16.
Oh. Yeah, into.
And eventually finds the double and gets her first leg on the board, and it's a holder throw. Still, Lee has that break of throw, and we'll start leg 4 with the darts.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Despite the 180
85.
from Lee Cox in leg 3. Corrine was far more consistent down to the double.
140.
Huge advantage, of course, for those 3 new players joining tonight in Lee, Corrine and Matt, that they're facing 2 players in Fallon, Sherrock and James Richardson, who have already had
21.
3 days experience this week. Super visit from Lee, 174, taking him down to a finish of 142. Looking for the ball for double 16.
Oh wow.
Needed the big 17 to leave tops.
88.
Still a much better scoring leg. 54 after 12.
59.
14 for double top. Misses the tops for a 14 and then a 15 dart hold of throw. Corrine way back on 221.
100.
In one.
And finds double 10 for a 16 dart leg, the best of the match so far. It included a 174, and of course he had a 180 in leg 3. Corrine to throw first in leg 5. Lee just one leg away now from picking up 2 points. Still only the one break of throw.
59.
Corrine made the semi-finals of the BDL Ladies World Championships, the final one that was held at the O2.
96.
back at the start of 2020. Starting to look a little bit more relaxed now, Lee.
$100.
As is Corrine.
$85. $95.
Down to a finish after 12 again. It's 54 after 12 on leg 4.
136.
It's a great setup shot to leave double 16. Will she get a go? Double 16 for Lee.
Yeah, well done.
Finishes off with a 14 darter. Much better final 2 legs of that match, a 16 and a 14, to get his first 2 points on the board. We're going to be back with a cracker. Well, it should be Matty Dennen up against James Richardson. Welcome back to match number 2 of 10 we're going to bring you tonight. It's Matty Dennen from Walsall, 29, 22 gram Wimbledon dart. Won challenge tours twice against James Richardson. Much more experienced player of the two. They have met in official competition 3 times prior to this. James Richardson winning all 3 and fairly convincingly. As I said, their last meeting was back in May of 2017. Saw James win 6-1 in the European Tour PDC Gibraltar Darts Trophy. Former practice partner of mine
40.
before I moved away from the West Midlands, Matty Dennen.
$93.
Of course, that famous story of missing darts against Glenn Durran, with Glenn then going on to secure his tour card, and the rest is history. Glenn will be defending his Premier League title starts on Monday night, Sky Sports, 7 o'clock. Good luck, of course, to Glenn and all the players involved.
60.
About Matty Dennat's credentials, of course, does have wins over Chris Dobie and Nathan Aspinall. Ricky Evans,
10.
Steve Beaton, Devin Peterson, Van Dyvenbode. Not too many he's not found a
45.
win against. Didn't secure his tour card
1-8.
the last couple of seasons. Bullseye. Ooh,
94.
very close. A great 180 from James Richardson. Put a bit of pressure on this opening leg. That's too good. Double 4.
53. Nice score.
Wrong bed. In the wrong double. Right next door in the corner.
Two darts.
And James Richardson does find the break of throw. Taking a bit of time to settle this one. This will get better, I can assure you. It is a break of throw for James Richardson, and he starts leg 2.
Ton. One 3-5. $96. $59. $60.
Will be off. Matty Dennen was an 8 to 11 favourite. It's even money's about James Richardson. Now James Richardson is the 8 to 13 favourite with that break of throw. A little bit of 6 to 4 for Matt Dennen.
80.
Nicknamed the Scholar. Bit of an academic is Matty.
$58.
Looking good for the break back. Finds the double this time for a 15 dart break of throw. Great reaction in losing that opening leg. And he starts leg 3 with the darts back on throw, opening 2 legs. Both breaks of throw.
Done.
Slow burner so far, this one. This was my pick of the night's matches.
40.
Did so well on the opening day on Monday, James Richardson. As I said, won 5 out of 5. Expected him to come back tonight in that kind of form.
60.
Back-to-back tons at the start of leg 3.
134.
Great 1-3-4 cover shot on the 19s. Looking to establish some
43.
kind of control of the match. I said in their previous meetings, it was 3-0 to James Richardson. Not quite sure how much Matt Dennen will remember those
94.
statistics. 1-2-2, the back-to-back 15 darters. Should stay there.
90.
Yeah, that leaves double 16.
Six.
And it's fairly fuss-free up to that point, but James Richardson can apply a little bit of pressure here.
Ton.
Only a ton. It's giving that treble 20 an old-fashioned look.
Outscore.
Push the wire on the double 4, as you could see. This would be a real steal. Double 16.
76.
Clip the wire.
Carry through.
Oh, eventually finds the double 4 to take that 2-1 lead, but he was on a 15 darter there, of course, but it ended up a 24 dart hole to throw. It's James Richardson to throw first in leg 4.
Seven.
Three.
The difference between the two, James Richardson head is
Ton.
rock solid. Dennen a little bit of head lift and starts to climb up on his toes.
60.
Will affect his ability to be consistent, of course.
$41.
That's only one of the many aspects to throwing a dart. The rest of it is, yeah, he's in the background. It's all about the timing of release, which is where James is struggling and has been for a couple of days.
137.
Well, that's much better. Interesting, starting on the 19s with Matty back on 257. I think he would have gone for the ball, there was no need. This is a real stinker for Matty Dennen. 16.
36.
We'll be back, of course, to level things up at 2-2.
96.
First out.
2 out of 5 on his doubles now for James Richardson, and he does level things up. Well, it made it look a bit daft on this one. I really did expect it to be a thriller.
5.
One apiece in 180s. Did have a 180 and a 174 from Lee Cox in the opening match, which he beat Corrine Hammond 4-1.
Done.
Backs the 180 up with a ton. So still has a lead of 140.
Ton.
140.
180 ton 140 is an example of what Matt Dennen is capable of.
140.
140 ton 140, an example of what Richardson is capable of, as we've seen already in the live league. Wants the ball.
56.
Any closer, and it's in, of course. May see another dart at the ball here. Trouble 20-11 ball. Oh, that's unfortunate. Can't finish now.
81.
Does apply pressure. And he's looked a little bit fragile on the outer ring so far.
9.
And again, just 2 from 14 attempts on the doubles now for Matt Dennen. And this is a terrible time for a break of throw if you are Matt Dennen. 2 10s.
20.
He's got away with one there if he can find his double 8.
Come on.
And he does find the double 8, a 16 dart hold of throw. Dodgy ground for Dennat there. If James Richardson could have converted that tops, he would have led 3-2 because he has the darts in this next leg and could have been thrown for the match. As it is, he's got a hold throw to save the match.
40.
Opening 2 legs were breaks of throw. We then had 3 holds of throw. This is what I was hoping for in terms of the scoring. Last couple of legs.
140.
Short race for these players. So used to playing long course starts nowadays.
5.
This is a super leg from James Richardson. 46 after 9, possible 11 darter.
Done.
Best leg we've had so far was the 15 dart breaker throw for Matt Dennen in leg 2.
30.
Needed the treble 20. 61 remaining.
92.
Will he get a go?
First out.
And that is the best leg of the match so far, just when he needed it. A 13 dart holder throw. He'll be hoping for something similar in the deciding leg of this match, and it's Matt Dennen to throw first. 2 breaks, followed by 4 holds.
Done.
Those players now taking their averages into the 80s. And we're in the late 60s, which is certainly not what I expected. Both players starting decider with steady tons.
91.
Love the use of the treble. 17. 140. His next visit, of course, leaves him the big fish.
40.
Good pressure from James Richardson. Needs another treble.
Done.
Doesn't find one.
Done.
He's found some form towards the business end of this second match of 10 this evening.
136.
Can he convert the 161? Go out in a blaze of glory? No, not this time. He will be aware of the issues Matt Dennat's had on the outer ring, so you want to leave it close. 74, certainly not a gimme.
99.
Should be treble 14, double 16. 20 now for tops.
34.
Another misstart at a double. That's 18 misstarts at doubles in the match. Another one of those for double 16.
3.
And James Richardson only needs the 1 match dart, and that does make it 4-0 in their meetings over the years. Up next, it's Fallon Sherrock up against Corrine Hammond. Good evening and welcome back for match number 3. It's an old ladies tie. Corrine Hammond against Fallon Sherrock. 26 from Milton Keynes. Famed, of course, for being the first player to beat a man at the World Championships, but there's far more strings to her bow than that, including winning the World Trophy, the Girls World Masters, Jenkins Zouderdown.
That's the one.
Of course, the runner-up in the Women's World Championships back in 2015. Winner of in excess of 20 ranking titles. These two have met on 7 occasions
43.
in official competition. Corrine winning the first 2 of those in 2017, semi-final of the
60.
Isle of Man Classic, and then the last 16 of the World Trophy. Corrine, of course, in that Isle of Man Classic went on
60.
to win the title, beating Lorraine Winstanley in the final. And then Fallon has gone on to win the next 5 meetings between the two. Great friends,
60.
practice partners when possible.
$140. $56.
Results so far: Lee Cox beat Corrine 4-1, and then James Richardson just battled back to beat Matty Dennen 4-3,
121.
finishing off the match with a 13 darter and a 15 dart breaker throw. Matty Dennen's struggling there. He had 1 match dart at tops,
Lord, 60.
3 out of 18 on his doubles, just 16%. Proved costly. Ooh, very fortunate there, that didn't go in the 60. That's a better dart. Fallon was a huge favourite, 6-1 on to win this match.
Yay, 94.
But it's Corrine looking good for a breaker throw in leg 1.
30.
Doesn't want to be given Fallon shots at numbers like these. I know what she's capable of. Another one of those for double 10. Oof. Wow. Couldn't have been much closer.
32 left.
Correct.
Oh, what about last time? No
That
score.
is the wrong double. Right in the corner.
Into
And it's a bit of a steal there. Fallon picking her pocket or her purse, whichever you prefer. But it is Fallon that takes a 1-0 lead, and it was a holder throw. Corrine will be kicking herself there. She was in control of that leg from start to finish.
$100. $49. $41. $100.
Matt Dennen back in action in the match to follow this one against
96.
Lee Cox, who won our opener against Corrine. Matt Dennen 4 to 11 shot to win that one. Again, first down to a finish. Fallon leads 1-0. Not quite got going yet. She did finish in third spot in Group A, which was played over 3 days. Winning 7 of her 15 matches.
Oh God, 43.
69 for Corrine. Set meal in my Chinese. Double 18. Just misses to the outside of double 18. No finish, of course, for Fallon, which is why she didn't go 16 ball.
52.
Again, as with James Richardson early in that match with Maddie Dennen, the timing was off. But redemption for Corrine Hammond, and she wins leg 2 very comfortable. It should be 2-0 up here against Fallon, and let's not forget she was a 6-1 on shot to win this match, but it's 1 apiece, and it's Fallon to throw first.
Oh, 30. Commanding lead in leg 3 with the darts. Super visit from Corrine Hammond. That's a wonderful reply. 80 after 12. Possible 14 dart leg. You did see, of course, in our live league last summer, Fallon have a high average of 111 in a 5-0 defeat to 5-0 win, of course, over David Evans. Sorry to remind you of that one, pal. David Evans himself produced some monstrous averages during that live league. Happens to us all. 2 12s.
Oh, God's sake.
Spotter went to double 6. Did he know something we didn't know?
100.
Should be a good guide. Over adjusted.
6.
25 there to leave 110. Frustrating me.
81.
Didn't find the treble 20. So, right at the bottom of the board for Fallon. One double one. Nowhere else to go.
Threes.
And finds the double one eventually for a hold of throw. Well, the girls are enjoying themselves, I hope you are. And it's Fallon that leads 2-1, all three legs going with the dart so far. So it's Corrine to throw first in leg 4. Monday and Tuesday,
96.
Fallon had high averages of 98 and 96. That was a 98 was against
Oh, 60.
Colin Osborne. He had 3 darts of the double, and Colin tops today's morning table, of course, with Andy Jenkins.
140.
Highest average of the week so far. Guess what? Colin Osborne was on the end of that. From Mike Warburton. A wonderful 111.33.
Got 58.
A real break of throw opportunity for Fallon here.
$100. $40.
50 left. Double 16 for 3-1.
In 3.
And that's more like what we expect from Fallon. A ton plus finish, a 15 darter and a break of throw, and the news gets better. Leads 3-1 and has the throw now in leg 5.
$49. $60. $52. $100. $100. $57.
Lee Cox, it's Matt Dennen to follow this one.
140.
And then Fallon will be back in action against James Richardson, which had some great tussles with James in the first 3 days. Then it will be Corrine against Matt Dennen, Lee Cox against James Richardson, Matt Dennen against Fallon, James Richardson against Corrine, and then our final game will be Fallon against Lee. Fallon here, 160 points away from making
60.
the perfect start in terms of points on the table. back-to-back ton plus finishes, needed the treble.
60.
Well, that's left tops. So it could be Corrine's last visit in this match. Needed the two treble 19s for the ball.
96.
Two tens.
In through.
And eventually finds the double 10 for a 4-1 win, and she makes it one win from one match. Up next, Lee Cox, who won his opener against Corrine Hammond, up against Matt Dennen, who had a match start to win his opener. Well, that'll be coming up in around about a minute. Good evening, welcome back for match number 4. The Cox up against Matt Dennen. Cox 37 from Crawley, London County captain. They can't wait for that to be back. Course, all under the new banner of the United Kingdom Darts Association. So much is changing within the amateur system. Tough going in the opening few legs for Lee, but did have a 180, a 174, and finished off in 16 darts for a holder's throw in leg 5, in leg 4, and then a 14 dart breaker throw to win it 4-1 in leg 5.
100.
Bright start to this 4th match. Dennat missing a match start at tops against James Richardson. Actually losing 4-3. So 3 players on 2 points. This man, Lee Cox, James Richardson and Fallon Sherrock, of course, winning the last one 4-1. 6 more matches to come after this.
41.
Thank you for all the feedback. So many of you are enjoying seeing some players of the past, the present, and of course the future, or
59.
no doubt some players you've played your county darts with over the years. Another one of those. Leaves tops
In front.
and gets tops. What a great start to the night and the match for Lee Cox, knocking in the 160 checkout to hold throw, and it was a 15 darter. Highest checkout
Tom.
of the night. Pretty sure of the week. Can't remember one higher.
121. Forward.
Turn and a 140, opening 6 darts for Matt Dennen. Oh, he looks a different player.
64. Tom.
Ton, 140 and a ton takes Matt Dennat down to 161 with the darts.
100. Three 7.
To lead 24 after 12.
$140.
Good pressure from Lee Cox. This was his Achilles heel in that opening match against James Richardson. Only 16% on his doubles. Matty Dennen 3 from 18.
In 2.
Oh, 100% in this match for Lee Cox. 160 out in leg 1 and a 76 in 2 for a 14 darter in leg 2. He leads 2-0, and that was a breaker throw. Lee Cox to throw first, leg 3. Opening 2 legs in 15 and 14. And kicks off leg 3 with a 140.
43. I'm 40.
Dennen, of course, was a 4-11 favourite to win this one.
$85.
One player in it at the moment. It's a long, long way back from 3-0. Especially when you're playing against someone who's averaging 109.89 right now.
96.
Tops left after 12. This could be 15, 14 and 13. Could have something to rival that wonderful 111.33 average from Warby. Oh, it's Mr. Double.
In 2.
Only the one though. Still a 14 dart holder throw there for Lee Cox. Pretty much unplayable at the moment. Matt Dennen not even in this one, and it's Matt to throw first in a must-win leg, of course. 15, 14 and 14, an average of 104.86 for Lee Cox. I love that on a county stage when it was best of 5. Probably would have been picking up the money.
40.
Oh, Matty Dennen here can just open the shoulders, play with a bit of freedom.
83.
Did see, of course, Ben Hazel come back this afternoon against Josh Richardson. He was 3-0 down, come back and won 4-3. Josh Richardson still be kicking himself. Did have 8 match starts, but this leg, oh, it's Matty Dennan's to lose from here, isn't it? 82 after 12. No finish for Lee, so that leaves 77.
42.
Matty Dennen can it a double and finds tops for a 16 dart holder throw. Still got it all to do, and Lee Cox has the darts in the next leg. He's just 1 leg away from making it 2 from 2. Looking the groove. 140.
95.
Just chipping away down to 221. Matty here needs, well, minimum of a ton. Would love a 140.
140.
Finds a 140. Right back in the leg.
Ooh, 76.
Nearly a wonderful recovery.
Done.
Well, Matt Dennen down to the easier finish of the two. The 145 needed 2 trebles in the combination. Oh, and only 45. What a chance this is for Matt Dennen to get back in the match. Can he work his way around that? Looks like a blocker, and it was. That was a massive deflection. Don't know why he stayed there, to be honest. 100 for Lee to finish off a blinder.
60.
$18 and tops. And that's a 19 dart holder throw, and that is a big win against Matty Dennen for Lee Cox. He tops the table on 4 points. Up next, James Richardson faces Fallon Sherrock. and welcome back to the Online Darts Live League, brought to you in association with iGame Media and Red Dragon. This is James Richardson, 47, from Rushton, up against Fallon Sherrock, 26, from Milton Keynes. Both won their opening matches. James beating Matty Dennen 4-3. Fallon getting the better of Corrine Hammond 4-1. First big shock of the night in the last match. Lee Cox beating Matt Dennen 4-1 with a 92.5 average and 57% on his doubles. He started like a train, opened in 15, 14 and 14. Or a bit of a winning line wobble.
180.
Then got the job done. Super start from Richardson with a max. Did hit a 9-darter, of course, on Monday.
134.
And against all people, his son in the deciding leg of their match.
87.
And on another occasion, not in a deciding leg, but went
Run.
7 deep into a 9, missing the treble 19. Possible 11-darter here for Richardson. Treble 17, double 18.
And 2.
Oh, what a start to the match. Opening visit of 180 and that 87 checkout in 2. It's an 11-darter, best of the night so far for James Richardson, and he takes a 1-0 lead.
It's 100.
$96.
$81.
$140.
This is the form Richardson showed on Monday when he went through the card like a hot knife through butter.
100.
Fallon only 45 in front. May not be enough.
121.
Should be down for this. Stayed up there, amazed he didn't go down for the treble 8 or treble 16 off 64.
Oh my god. 29.
So 44 for 2-0. Possible 14 dart leg to add to his 11 dart leg in the opener. 2 8s.
8 left. First out.
Double 4, and it's a 16 dart breaker throw for James Richardson, and a 2-0 lead. Looks in control of this one so far, and it's James to throw first in leg 3. On Monday, these two met in Group A, and it was James Richardson who was a 4-2 winner.
100.
Tuesday, bit of revenge for Fallon, winning 4-1. And on Wednesday, she was a 4-0 winner over James Richardson, which included a 133 checkout. I do believe came in the opening leg.
81.
This is match number 5 of 10 we're bringing you this evening. 5 more to come. And Corrine Hammond back in action in our next one, up against Dennen.
45.
Too far away.
God. 43.
Oh, James Richardson just 84 points away from being 1 leg away from joining Lee Cox on top of the table on 4 points, 2 from 2.
No, of course not. 43.
Oh, 84 he needs. 2 6s.
72.
Long way off. Will be frustrating. 2 6s for 3-0 and no real pressure from Fallon.
High school.
So the average has tumbled. The scoreline is more important, and that is the double 6 for a 3-0 lead. Still just the one break of throw in the match, but Fallon has it all to do. A maximum of 4 legs remain. She has to win them all.
Fifty-nine.
And the second 180 of the match.
100.
Still averaging a very respectable 97.1 despite that leg where he missed a few doubles.
40.
180 and a 140, just 181 points away.
96.
85.
One forty.
Much better from Fallon. Rhythm of the throw looks much better. 96. It's finishing up until leg 3 was clinical.
2.
And back in that groove. It's his second 11 darter of the match. Opened the match with an 11, finished it with 11. And we're going to be back at 11 with Corrine Hammond against Matty Dennen. evening, welcome back for match number 6 of 10. Corrine Hammond up against Matty Dennat. Both desperate to register their first win. James Richardson absolutely outstanding there against Fallon Sherrock, winning in legs of 11, 16, 22 and 11. 100.2 average. Still 7 darts at a double and ended up with 100 plus average, but he's on 4 points alongside Lee Cox, who tops the table on leg difference. Fallon on 2 points, and Corrine and Matt yet to register their first win, which will obviously change in this one. And the top of the table clash will follow this one. Lee Cox playing James Richardson.
100.
Done.
Following that match will be Matty Dennen against Fallon Sherrock, and James Richardson against Corrine, and then Fallon will finish off the evening's proceedings against Lee Cox.
99.
Ton under 140 for Corrine. The ton down to 161 after 9.
$108.
Point not touching any part of the board, so that one doesn't count. Tough night so far for Matt Dennen. Did have a match start to win game number 2 against James Richardson, and then, in all fairness, Lee Cox blew him away with that 92.5 average. Lee Cox winning their meeting 4-1. 4 out of 7 on his doubles, 57%. There's a lovely finish from Corrine Hammond, and that was a 14 dart boulder throw. Tough gig this one, Matty, but he has the darts in leg 2 and he'll be getting us underway straight away.
$140.
Oh, 24.
Done.
Still a lot of matches to be played, of course, in this Group C. Group B's matches will finish tomorrow morning. We kick off at 9:30 a.m. We kick off with
91.
the two Joshuas, Josh Richardson and Josh McCarthy. We'll get the action underway tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Top of the table in that, Colin Osborne and Andy Jenkins. They will be meeting third game on. Top 2 from that group and the top 2 from this group when it concludes tomorrow night will join Mike Warburton in that 5-player final that kicks off at 9:30 on Saturday night.
95.
So 36 for a 13 darter. the disaster on the doubles so far.
3.
And that nearly continued, but it's a 15 dart holder throw, backing up the 14 dart holder throw from Corrine in leg 1. So everything going with the dart so far, and Corrine to throw first in leg 3.
Ah, 40.
Eight.
60.
First real opportunity. Matt Dennen to make
60.
a dent in the Corrine Hammond throw. Only 60. So just 41 adrift.
$97.
Great cover shot. Still an opportunity. Matty Dennen can find a 2 treble visit. Oh, that's
80.
80 floor.
Oh, 41.
Done.
Huge last start. Effectively giving him the throw in this leg. That's a great dart.
134.
It's not too shabby either. And the treble 20 leaves tops.
Done.
It's been good on the 19s, and that will be her start here. Treble 19 leaves 72. That leaves 110, so treble 20 would have left the ball.
43.
80 for Matt Dennen for the break of throw. Oh my goodness.
60.
Played it safe and then threw a shocking second dart and nearly bust. Treble 18, double 16. Took 78 out in leg 1 for a 14. Kanji hit the ball.
61.
She scared it. 2 10s for 2-1.
Come on.
Matty Dennen hits a dart at a double in 1. And now leads 2-1 and a big breaker throw. Didn't he need that? He will start leg 4.
Done.
Much better average for Matty Dennat in this one. He's hovering around 95. Corrine Hammond 83.
Oh, green. 28.
Well, that won't do it any favours.
$99.
Corrine does do a lot of practice with her fellow Aussie, Simon Whitlock.
100.
Sure, he's been preparing for the
96.
upcoming Pro Tour Super Series. Only a couple of weeks away.
59.
Had a great year or so with Simon. Looking to kick on in 2021.
46.
28.
60. Peacocks hit this, of course, in the opening match of their tie. That Lee went on to win 4-1.
$46.
Tops for 3-1.
Into it.
And that's a 17 dart leg, and that's the first time that Matty has a bit of a cushion in any of his matches, but he's still got to get the job done. He leads 3-1. It's Corrine to throw first in leg number 5. 15, 19 and 17 darts so far for Matt Dennen. Set an average of 93.
83.
Actually, 50% on his doubles,
Top.
which was his downfall in that second match. The 4-3 loss to James Richardson.
$96.
He actually missed 15 darts at a double on that one.
68.
$46.
Could be 9 darts or so away from picking up his first 2 points of the night.
58.
Sixty.
Just cannot find that big visit he needs. See the frustration. Shake of the head.
60.
He gets another opportunity here. That's a better first start.
Top.
5-8 for Corrine to stay in it.
78.
Double 18.
77.
One dart at tops.
40.
It's time. Two 9s, other side of the board.
88.
And again, when it really matters, cannot find that double.
Oh, 30.
Not punished. Just inside. Double 4.
10.
Yeah, 1.
And Corrine makes him pay and pegs another leg back. 3-2 now to Matty Dennen, but does have the darts in this 6th leg.
Sixty.
back-to-back 60s for Matty Dennen.
£140.
Ah, 85.
So Corrine Hammond has the throw now in this sixth leg.
£57.
A much needed 180 to regain the throw. And gets down to a finish of 116. And beginning to start to fear the worst.
85.
Produces 180 just when he needed it.
On top.
And he finds the double four for the 116. It was a happy accident hitting that 48. No finish now for Corrine. So
76.
double two to get over the line. 4-2.
3.
Yeah.
Eventually gets over the line with an 18 dart holder throw. But that was a little bit dodgy and a little bit twitchy. Up next, top of the table, Lee Cox faces James Richardson. Good evening, welcome back to the Online Darts Live League. This is match number 7 of 10 and James Richardson on 4 points faces this man, Lee Cox, on 4 points. Lee Cox with the superior leg difference by 1. Both produced their best performances in the last match. James against Fallon, averaging 100.2, and Lee beating Matt Dennen 4-1 with a 92.5 average, which included 160 checkout. Sure would have filled him with lots of confidence. Following this one,
40.
Matt Dennen, who just picked up his first win of the night against Fallon Sherrock, who's won 1 and lost 1.
95.
James Richardson has been really up for it tonight. Had a few flat spots on Tuesday and Wednesday after making that incredible start on Monday, winning all 5 out of 5 and
93.
hitting our first 9 darter of this season's online darts live league. Did have 2 last summer,
57.
one from Aaron Monk and one from Martin Adams.
43.
So a chance, an early chance to get an early break for Richardson.
60.
Does tend to blow a little hot and cold when he's on. He's really, really on.
58.
170.
Great.
59.
Great setup shot. 170
First
to
start.
leave double 8 and pins the double 8. 186 in 4 darts. Continuing where he left off with that great performance against Fallon, and it's a break of throw, and it's James to throw first in leg 2.
So,
Sixty.
60.
Winner of this match will stand alone on the top of the table on 6 points.
140.
Don't have to worry about legs count back. James has
So,
one more game to come after this one. That's match 9 against Corrine, and Lee has one more, and that will be our final match against Fallon.
60.
Fallon is in action in our next match against Matt Dennen. Still all to play for, of course.
180.
Winning tonight's league, he's just bragging rights for tomorrow night's. It's where you finish overall in the table after the
125.
2 sessions. Will determine who progresses to Saturday's 5-player final. He's just too good at the moment. Double 4 for 15.
4 left.
Very, very close. Big ask for Lee Cockshear, the 116. Needed the trouble for double 18. Does find the trouble with his 3rd dart to leave double 8 just in case. Richardson doesn't look in the mood for missing,
2 darts.
and doesn't. It's only a 17 darter, but consolidates that break of throw in leg 1. He moves in front 2-0, and it's Lee to throw first in leg 3. Score 170 in leg 1 and a 180 in leg 2.
97. 99.
96 followed by 99. Needs to get a foothold in this match. It's
81.
a must-win leg for Lee Cox. James Richardson geeing himself up.
140.
That's a great recovery after dart 1. He moved a couple of inches right, changed his angle of entry, piled darts 2 and 3 into the treble 20.
77.
Now has 2 visits at 180 for a 3-0 lead. And the double break.
Ton.
It's just a ton in the end. Will be a little disappointed with that.
85.
So 80 for James Richardson for 3-0. He does go tops. He wants tops this time
3 darts.
and hits it this time. That's a different way to go, James, but gets the job done. It's a 15 darter and an 80 checkout, a 3-0 lead, the double break, and does have the darts in leg 4. Can he see it out?
$180.
That's the second 180 of the match. 2-0 in that department for James Richardson, averaging 95.
100.
Actually, he's averaging 99 after that 180. Was 95 before it.
62.
Unfortunate flick off the flight as it was on its way in. Try saying that after a few pints.
100.
So 42 points in front, plus these.
60.
$95.
$59.
Trouble eluding him at the moment. It's an outside chance for Lee Cox. Needs another one of those.
100.
Giving it a turn. Leaving himself quite a lot to do. Moving all the way left to make sure he doesn't
Ton.
catch the flight. So 106 to stay in it. It's an anagram of 160. Can still finish. Treble 17 and tops.
$56.
Second dart.
And
Oh, mate.
James Richardson finishes off a very comprehensive and solid victory. An average of around about 94 in the end. And that's a big win. He moves to the top of the table on 6 points. We're going to be back in around about 1 minute with Matt Dennen against Fallon Sherrock. League. Week 3, Day 4, Group C. Matt Dennen, 29 from Walsall, facing off against Fallon Sherrock, 26 from Milton Keynes. Those players picking up one win so far tonight. Fallon beating Corrine 4-1 and Matt Dennen beating Corrine 4-2. James Richardson tops the table on 6 points after that 4-0 win over Lee Cox. 92.5 average in the end for James Richardson. 3 out of 3, 6 points. That was Lee Cox's first defeat of the night. He's on 4 points. Fallon and Matt on 2. Corrine yet to pick up a win tonight, but she's back in action against James Richardson in our next one. Really frustrated how she's played so far tonight. Looking to put that right in this one.
190.
Great max on Matty.
134.
But a great response from Fallon. Both down to a finish after 9.
90.
We'll stay there.
100.
The trouble 20 would have left double 4. Keep in touch. It's been the area that's caused Matty Dennen so many problems. Not in that leg. A very clean 71 finish. A 15 dart holder throw. And it's Fallon to start leg 2.
Straight. 36.
One
180 in the opening leg. Now a 180 in leg 2.
81.
This is how most of us expected
140.
Matty Dennen to play from the off tonight. Fallon's having an absolute disaster of a night so far. Even the darts are defying her.
Done.
$70.
81 for an 11 darter. 2 12s.
2.
And 15 darter in leg 1. He's backed up with an 11 dart leg in leg 2. He's averaging around about 115 right now, and he's 2-0 up and has the darts in leg 3.
Oh, 40.
100% on his doubles.
Oh my god, 44.
Very relentless stuff at the moment.
41.
Fallon continues to get more and more frustrated.
57.
$96.
Done.
To 164.
Oh my God, 41.
Fallon just cannot get into this at all this evening. It happens.
60.
Matty's gone slightly off the boil.
$59.
Four left. 48 leaves 36. That was his thinking. 68 left. Trouble 12's the shot here.
96.
Oh, trouble 20's the shot if you can do that.
$140.
Come on.
Well, it was a good 140, but a little late. Matty Dennen moves into a commanding 3-0 lead, still averaging just over 100, and it's Fallon to throw first, and again finding herself in a position at 3-0 down and has to win all four.
140.
Our last two scoring visits have both been 140.
81.
To get a double in this match. Matty Dennen using 45 darts combined to win the
100.
opening 3 legs, which some of you may know, a 15 dart leg is 100.20
93.
in terms of the average. Which is exactly what he was averaging at the end of leg 3. Trouble 20 will leave 170.
43.
That was his thinking. So a bit of breathing space for Fallon on 120.
60.
$83.
20 and tops for a holder throw. Possible 17 dart leg.
40.
142 then for Matt Dennat to wrap this one up.
60.
Oh my God. 15.
Should be ball. That leaves 57. And that leaves tops.
42.
Last chance, you would think. 122. And she finds the double 2 and gets her first leg on the board in this match, but Matty Dennen in absolute control and has the throw here in leg 5.
Turn.
$58.
$46.
$60.
Win here for Matt. We'll move him on to 4 points with Lee Cox. James to play Corrine in our next one, and then Fallon against Lee. Fallon
Oh,
can pick 2
58.
points up there. We'll see James Richardson if he picks up a win on 8, and then 3 players all on 4 points, so still plenty to play for in tomorrow night's final session. Remember, the top 2 progress into Saturday night's 5-player filled final. For me, all going to be playing for second spot as Matt Dennen misses double 19 for a 15 dart holder throw and a 4-1 win.
Oh my God. No, 52.
Six for double 16, 2 8s,
22.
looks like it's just about holding in. Welcome back, Fallon.
180.
Where have you been?
Into.
And despite that 180, Matty Dennen finds the double 4, a 20 dart holder throw and a 4-1 win, and he does move on to 4 points. A good rescue job so far after his start. We're going to be back in a couple of moments with James Richardson against Corrine Hammond. Good evening and welcome back to our penultimate match of tonight's Group C matches, and it's table topper James Richardson, as he did last Monday. Or should I say Monday just gone. He's on 6 points, 3 out of 3 tonight, up against Corrine Hammond. To see Corrine gets anything out of this one. It's going to be a tough ask. Matt Dennat there finished off with a
Oh, that's it.
86 average. And that 4-1 win over Fallon. He moves on to 4 points with Lee Cox, and if
60.
Fallon can get some out of that game against Lee Cox, should be around about, well, straight after this one, we could end up with 3 players all on 4 points, which
140.
sets up tomorrow night's session quite nicely.
$40.
40 from Corrine is answered instantly by James. Back to back 140s for Corrine Hammond. Very impressive start in the opening leg of this match.
81.
Corrine now has the darts. Break a throw opportunity.
$50.
Not a bad time for Aussie individual sport with Neil Robertson recently lifting that tour title shown on ITV4
47.
snooker. Absolutely unplayable in that final.
60.
To leave. Double 8. Needs a treble. Doesn't get one, so
Son.
what a great break of throw opportunity for Corrine Hammond in the opening leg of this match. And she finds double 8 for a 1-0 lead. Back to back 140s at the start of that leg did the damage, and it'll be Corrine to throw first in leg 2. She become the first player to beat James Richardson tonight. It was a 16 dart break of throw.
60.
Still one more match to bring you. I just feel like it's a must-win match for Fallon.
57.
$140.
140, number 3 in this match for Corrine Hammond.
96.
Little glimmer of hope for James to get the instant break back,
60.
but only 60. So Still 32 point lead plus these.
Oh, been 85.
Just over pitched. Third dart. Trying to force it in between that gap.
45.
James Richardson left his scoring boots in the practice room. Oh, he's about to find himself
139.
2-0 down. 139, 32 after 15. She left double 8 after 15 and went out in 16 in leg 1.
125.
Great recovery. So, get a go. 2 4s on the side of the board.
And 3.
No, he won't. That's an 18 dart hold a throw this time for Corrine Hammond. She finds herself 2-0 up. Our table topper with it all to do here. James Richardson to throw first in leg 3.
$45.
Only a 45 start.
130.
Been very good on the cover shots tonight. Picking off 2 of them there.
123.
That's a great response. No, Corrine only finds herself 34 points adrift.
59.
This would be a coupon buster if Corrine can find a way to win.
84.
You can hear the virtual crumpling of betting slips.
98.
$137.
Very unfortunate on that second dart down the corner. Treble 5.
Done.
$94.
Double 6 then.
First out.
And finds double 6, and that's a 16 dart holder throw, and a much needed holder throw. Could have been in real trouble there, but Corrine still, of course, has that break of throw opportunity and will start leg 4. She doesn't have the break of throw opportunity. She took that opportunity in leg 1, then held. She has that break of throw
125.
advantage. Starts leg 4 strongly. Averaging just over 90.
140.
85 for James Richardson right now. That could change, of course.
$180.
That's Corrine's first max.
$140.
Back to back 140s for Richardson. Doesn't he need them? performance so far from the Aussie, down to 96 after 9, averaging 96 and a half.
140.
3 140s in a leg. Feel he has to win. It's unfortunate trouble. 19. 74 remain.
We're in 33.
It's her first big mistake. Will she be punished? 12 ball. That leaves double 13.
13 left.
Corrine should be over it. Trouble 13 for 24. Great first start. Double 6.
In 3.
And that's a 15 dart hold of throw, courtesy of her first 180 in the match. She is in control. James Richardson has it all to do. 3 to play, has to win them all. Winning legs from Corrine, 16, 18 and 15, averaging 94 to James's 92. This is superb, a 180 in leg 4 and kicks off with a max in leg 5.
91.
Backs the max up with a ton. That's 40 scored. Not on the bottom wire of the treble 20 and only 60. Surely has to switch. Surely has to switch.
60.
Stubborn. No damage. 2 visits minimum to convert 161 into a 4-1 match win. She wants the bullseye.
130.
Clips the bullseye wire again. She's done that a few times tonight. What a way to finish that would have been. It would have been a 12 darter. Would have given her an end average.
94.
Close to a ton. 988 for a great win and a great performance. 2 4s.
Oh, Corrine. 17.
To keep this match alive. Oh dear. 101 remains. That's left 50. Corrine wants double 4 to finish off a blinder. 2 2s.
Yeah, and 2.
And does finish off a blinder, winning in legs of 16, 18, 15 and 17. 2 180s and narrowly missed the ball there on the 161 for a 12 darter, but picks up her first 2 points of the night and inflicts the first defeat on James Richardson. Our final game is around about 1 minute away, and it's Fallon Sherrock up against the Leacocks. welcome back to our final match of the night. Fallon Sherrock taking on this man, Lee Cox. This is day 4 of 6 of week 4 of the Online Darts Live League. Great win there for Corrine. It's our 4th highest average of the night with that 4-1 win over James Richardson, winning in legs of 16, 18, 15 and 17. A couple of 180s. 4 out of 11 on her doubles. 2 180s, 3 140s and 6 scores of between a ton and 139. Dominated the
80.
unbeaten until then James Richardson, who is on 6 points. This man is on 4 points. Matt Dennen on 4 points. Fallon on 2 and Corrine on 2. Still all to play for, of course. Don't forget, we're back tomorrow morning,
60.
actually this morning at 9:30, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Well, some of us will be.
100.
Win here for Fallon certainly will keep her in the mix.
59. Three straight tons for 50.
Lee Cox. Make that 4 straight tons.
41. Stupid.
So 101 for a 15 darter. 4 straight tons. 101 out. Regulation darts that. What a great leg. 4 tons, 101, 15 darter, break of throw. Thank you very much. Lee Cox to throw first in leg 2 and a win here, of course. Possibly see him go top of the table on leg countback.
100.
$41.
Wow. 22.
Could say 42.
A lot of low darts, which is usually an indication of, well, a couple of things. Could be a little bit of tiredness or a little bit too much use of the tricep. A little bit too early on the release.
83.
Fallon opting to go down the 19s. Why not? Sometimes if it's not working, just got to change it.
180.
142. Is that a 160? Pretty sure that's our highest finish of the week. Can stay there. 134 leaves 8.
Oh,
90.
93.
48 for Lee Cox for 2-0. On's tops and finds tops. It's only a 20 darter, but it's a 2-0 lead. Fallon to throw first in leg number 3. More and more, of course, you become frustrated. The harder you try, the harder it gets.
180.
And then Fallon throwing with a little bit of freedom.
97.
And pops in her first 180 of the match.
$140.
And backs that up with a 140. Almost feel like at 2-0 down, the shackles are off and she's playing with
60.
absolute freedom. And this is the result.
$41.
Such a bizarre thing to try and explain, to throw with absolute freedom but 100% commitment and concentration. But throw like you don't care.
Uh, 68. 92.
I was looking, of course, for second treble 18.
59.
A very comfortable holder throw on the cards here. 16 for double 16. That could be awkward.
Oh my god, what is that? 25.
No damage done. Having a Taylor-esque chew on her flights. Our spotter was a bit premature there.
80.
46 then. Can't be done.
100.
So Fallon, 3 darts at double 8 for 2-1. And finds the double 4, a 19 dart hold of throw. And that was very much like Phil back in the day, having a good old chew on her flights in frustration. But it's Lee to throw first, and he will start leg 4. Frustrating end to the leg.
44.
Scored the 180, followed it with a 140. 13 darts later, eventually gets the leg finished, but at least she's into the match now. Oh, he is fairly steady. Wouldn't take a lot for Fallon to get herself back into the match, you don't feel?
81.
90.
$60.
It's the late night live league.
140.
So we approach 12:15. Is this going to be 3-1 or 2-2? Needs the treble 20. Oh, that's very, very close. No cigar, I'm afraid. 76. Good effort. So 84. Fallon to level things up. 79. May go treble 13 for tops. Finds the treble 13. Finds the tops. And a great 84 finish. Great recovery. Hit a 5. Thought it was all over for her, but picked off the treble 13 and hit the double top for 2-2. And we're back on serve, and it's Fallon to throw first in leg 5. A great 84 finish.
42.
An 18 darter, but it was a very
God.
important break of throw.
$140.
So he's first 140 in the match. 10 scores now, a ton or more.
97.
Started the match, of course, with 4 straight tons and that lovely 101 finish.
58.
$90.
Good job. Them points have been whitlocked. Well, that wouldn't have stayed in.
57.
$81.
People wonder what's the difference between the two. Well, that Winmore Blade 5 board has been up all night.
140.
As you can see, even though some of the players are using some fairly aggressive points, it's
140.
holding up very nicely. That's a great 140 to leave 51. Lee Cox 106. Could be a break of throw. Does love tops. Wants tops. Finds tops. Great finish to move 3-2 up. Fallon was poised to really get herself back in the match, but she now has to do it all over again, and it's Lee Cox to throw first in leg 6. This is second
70.
ton plus finish. Second 15 darter.
84.
Back to back breaks of throw. Fallon in leg 4, and then the instant break back for Lee in leg 5.
140. $83.
Important last one. Fallon again trying her luck on the 19s with some success.
95.
Could have done with another, in all fairness. Still a lot to do. 73 points adrift. Plus these.
100.
So the start has been kind. Three out of three on his doubles in this match. He's Lee Cox. At 101 checkout, of course, in leg 1. And backed up with that great 106 in leg 5. And needed the treble 19 for double 16.
I'll leave 39.
Oh. 50.
Two sixes. And finds the double 6. Some great finishing from Lee Cox, and he joins James Richardson on 6 points. A thoroughly enjoyable evening of darts. We're back 9:30 tomorrow morning. Well, this morning. I'll see you in a few hours.